Welcome to Friday racing action on this Kentucky Oaks Day at Gulfstream Park. We've got 9 races on the card. We'll send it upstairs to Pete Aiello. He'll give you the scratches and the changes.
The weather is beautiful, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the high 70s. The main track fast, the Tapeta track fast, the turf course firm. In the first race, scratch the 3, Judy Chop, the 5, Thunder Chuck, the 7, Bohemian, and the 8, Triple Stitched. Racing at Gulfstream. Toward the inside, it was Wine Candy who was well served at the break, and Bowie is right alongside, and these two go quickly. Wine Candy to the top. Bowie got shuffled back. He's a bit green. Moving up between horses, Capernaum is now second up to third, California Kiss, and Bowie is now last of the 4 as Capernaum is in front. Around the far turn, Capernaum leads 3 parts of a length, now making a length and a quarter. From the outside, California Kiss takes on second with Wine Candy along the rail, and Bowie broke running but is now shuffled back and tries to motivate himself again. They have less than a quarter of a mile to go. They go to the first finish line here. The leader is Capernaum. He looks vulnerable. Outside, California Kiss. Inside, Wine Candy. They're on their way home. Capernaum tries to find under pressure. Panici goes to work on California Kiss. Bowie's back running again, but time has run out at 3-2. It's the second choice, Capernaum, who has the lead. Bowie is second, but the first wire will come in time. It's Capernaum in front. Capernaum to win by a length and a half. Second was Bowie. Third was California Kiss, then Wine Candy in 55-2. And they're off. In the middle, Free to Roam gets the first call and goes looking for the early lead. Moving up on the outside, Dialythic has speed. Emerging from the crowd, Bossy Diva's on the go. Bossy Diva to the top. Away second, Fashionable Kitty, and on the outside, Dialythic is in early third. Free to Roam wrangled back to run in fourth. She's off heels there as Fashionable Kitty worked to the inside. And Lady O'Brien got floated out in that exchange. Oshala saves ground in that exchange, working in front of Bonmati. Then it's back to Mamuka, mid-flight, about 8 lengths off the lead. Tinta Roja well off the speed today in front of Redfire, and Bellwether is last. 23-3 for the opening quarter. Long shot Bossy Diva has it 3 parts of a length. Dialythic is second. Out wide it's the gray Lady O'Brien. Saving ground is Fashionable Kitty. Here's a backstretch brush from Huntsman's on Tinta Roja. She got through on the inside and slaloms all the way through to be within 3 lengths of the lead now through a 47 2/2 mile. Mamuka got shuffled back, so did Oshala, then back to Bellwether, and Redfire is last. They moved to the far turn. They went 47-2 for the opening half mile, and they have 3 furlongs to go. Dialythic assumes the lead and leads by a length and a half. Free to Roam is now second and moving to her. From the outside, that's Bonmati 4 wide. Lady O'Brien is next. Rajiv Mirage and Oshala with an inside passage. Black Cap looks to tip and roll from there. On her back goes Tinta Roja, and they're on their way home. It's Free to Roam, the target, off the turn on top. From the inside, Dialythic loose for the drive. Oshala, 1/8 of a mile to go. Free to Roam has the lead. Tinta Roja up the inside. Oshala to the outside. Final 16th of a mile. The leader is Free to Roam. Oshala giving it one last dive. Oshala surging at 10. The favorite, it's Oshala who got up. Oshala, a persistent stretch thread under hard handling from Rajiv Mirage. She ran down Free to Roam in 1:40-4.
Jackie's Warrior quickly in front here by 2 lengths. Here comes Jackie's Warrior up the inside to take over the lead from Life is Good. And Jackie's Warrior remains undefeated here at Saratoga, and he wins an unprecedented Grade 1 stakes at the Spa for the 3rd straight season.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And they're off. Garincha was off a half a step slow. Good start at the inside for Bitter Banker, who heads off for the early lead. Moving up on the outside, Ingenuity will land a flanking position in second. Game of Power is third at the inside. In the two-path, it's Signal Caller. The two at the back are Garincha and Tempo Ride. And the run around the first turn, it's Ingenuity, who's aggressive early and throttles open to a two-length lead over Bitter Banker in second. Up to the outside, Signal Caller is now third, headstrong and fighting the rating. Here's Tempo Ride on a backstretch brush as the leader slams on the brakes. Far outside, it's Garincha, and the trailer is Game of Power, but look at him stack and pack up front as Jaramillo threw out the anchor early on Ingenuity. Ingenuity leads and has him stacked and packed behind him. From between horses, Signal Caller, 3 wide Tempo Ride, 4 wide Garincha. Bitter Banker is along the rail and Game of Power is last. They race to the half-mile juncture. The leader is still Ingenuity, is in front 3 parts of length. From between horses, Signal Caller is second, Tempo Ride third, Garincha fourth, while 4 deep. Bitter Banker begins to drop back, and Game of Power has been no factor so far as they round the far turn. Ingenuity has to go to work with Signal Caller making a bold bid on the outside second. 2 back to Tempo Ride, he's now third. Garincha is there fourth toward the rail. That's Bitter Banker. Game of Power no factor. Signal Caller threatens to blow it wide open. They're a quarter of a mile from home, and Signal Caller with a 2.5 length lead. Ingenuity is all in and losing ground to the leader. Up to the outside, Tempo Ride, and from between horses, Garincha. Off the turn and the stretch drive, they're 1/8 of a mile from home. Signal Caller the leader with work to do as Tempo Ride tries to get another rally together with his 16th to go. It's Signal Caller in front. Tempo Ride's lifting at him. Signal Caller getting the wobbles. Here comes Tempo Ride on the outside. Tempo Ride is in time. Miguel Vasquez and Tempo Ride for the money. Close then for second. Signal Caller tried to hold off Garincha. Game of Power's fourth in 146 and 3. And they're off. In the middle, Breezer gets the first call, taken on by A.G. Diamond, who drives through at the inside. Cut him loose, away in a good position up on the outside. Away fourth is Starry Night, improving in traffic, Sir Banana Brian. Holding down the rail is Sergeant Sinatra, only 4 lengths off the speed. The ones at the back of the field include Kuwait Towers and Zeno. To the far turn they go. It's A.G. Diamond with rail position and the lead. In between horses, Breezer is now second. 3 wide, Cut him loose is third. Sergeant Sinatra into fourth from Sir Banana Brian. In between horses, Sweet Cha-Cha. Wide on the course, Starry Night. 2 in front of Kuwait Towers, who begins to tack on. And Zeno's at the back. They move to the top of the stretch. They're a quarter of a mile from home. A.G. Diamond, nursed on the top end by Perez, still the target. Cut him loose. Tries to go get the leader on the far outside, Starry Night. Sir Banana Brian looks for a way through between. At the rail, it's Sergeant Sinatra. Final 1/8 of a mile. It's A.G. Diamond in front. Breezer takes aim second at the rail. Sergeant Sinatra on for a slice. Sir Banana Brian to the wire. A.G. Diamond is in front. Second is Breezer. Third, Sergeant Sinatra. I think it's Kuwait Towers who nabs Sir Banana Brian for fourth in 104 flat. And they're off. The outside duo both away quickly. Be Thankful and Majesty Song. Be Thankful to the top. Hunting position between. Here's Valiant Hope on the move. Valiant Hope to take the lead. Down at the inside, Lido Beach won't be far away. Into the top flight goes City Minute. Very wide, Majesty Song. Layla Bella Girl between horses. Gervin Star is along the rail. And Militia is last. Loose up front, Be Thankful, 3 furlongs from the money and 2.5 on top. 3 wide, City Minute, 2 path, Valiant Hope. Holding down the rail, that's Lido Beach into 4th. Gaining ground while wide on the course is Majesty Song ahead of Layla Bella Girl through a 21-3 opening quarter. They reach the top of the stretch. They're a quarter of a mile from home. The leader is Be Thankful, who wheels in on top. Be Thankful to the top of the stretch by 2.5. Valiant Hope is second. City Minute is third. Majesty Song with a lot to do and time ticking away. Be Thankful still finding. Be Thankful and Miguel Vasquez in front by 3.5 lengths. Valiant Hope is second, but give this one to Bo Chapman. Give it to Be Thankful, gate to wire. Valiant Hope was second. Third was Lido Beach in 56-3.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
They're off in the Preakness. And they're off. Victor Espinoza with a lead by 6. On the outside, they go on down to the finish. Affirmed and Ollie Dart. Here's the finish. Blue Sky Dive. Oil Orbit is a rocket now. She's simply above and beyond them. Photo finish.
And they're off. In the middle, La Cantera begins quickly. We See You has speed, and up on the outside, Mom's Martini. So the 3 favorites will land 1, 2, 3 positions with 1 lap to run. Away 4th, that's Temple City Taboo. Moving out the rail, Nashville Slew. Ask the Monarch second last. The early trailer is Lady River Lily. In the run to the first turn, they're chasing Micah Husbands and La Cantera. Over to the rail and on top by 3, while a bit keen. At the rail, We See You is now second. Alongside her is Mom's Martini in third. The top flight horses have gone 5 ahead of Temple City Taboo. She races in 4th. She's a length and a half in front of Nashville Slew. Then Ask the Monarch, and Lady River Lily is last. Opening quarter are pumped up, 23-3. They have less than 5 furlongs to race. La Cantera off the lead by 5 now. We See You is cutting her own trip while racing in second, and flanking her is Mom's Martini third. The 3 favorites continue to dominate mid-race, 46 seconds for a half-mile speed. It's still 5 lengths to Temple City Taboo in front of Ask the Monarch and Lady River Lily. Nashville Slew with them as they round the 4 turn. They went the opening half-mile in 46 seconds flat, and they have less than 5/16 to run, and they're trying to reach La Cantera. La Cantera to the top of the stretch, leads it by 3. We See You starts to take up the slack second. Mom's Martini needs to do better than that. At the inside, Temple City Taboo. Off the turn and the stretch drive, 3/4. 9 flat. La Cantera's lead is down to 2. We See You takes aim. Temple City Taboo and Mom's Martini are next. Inside the final furlong, and We See You has gone right by. We See You takes charge now. Temple City Taboo into second. We See You in front. Temple City Taboo second. La Cantera's in a show photo with Mom's Martini, well clear of the others in 139-3. And they're off. Not a good start at all. In fact, running hot unseated the rider. Husbands tried to stay up, but she broke awkwardly and is out of the race. 2, running hot, unseats the rider. Loose up front, Mystic Shadow to a 4-length early lead from Dude Ranch, who's away in second. Collective Nation is now third. Moving up down at the inside, that's Orchidia Real into fourth. The favorite Vivi Get Your Guns is up to fifth. Then it's Tattletale, working a gap of another 4 back to Sweet Casanova, then Me Gitanita. And after a losing the rider beginning, the 2 is out of the race, running hot. They reach the top of the stretch with Mystic Shadow trying to go all the way. The favorite is loose and charging. Vivi, Get Your Guns is up into second now. Collective Nation is at the rail. Dude Ranch is between horses. The rest will have to giddy up and giddy up soon. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Mystic Shadow still clear. Vivi, Get Your Guns needs to find some ammo late. Collective Nation is now third and trying to close ground while in tight. Vivi, Get Your Guns is rising to the occasion under jockey Misael Jaramillo. Up on the outside, Collective Nation tries to get into second. Vivi, Get Your Guns is in front. Collective Nation does get second. Mystic Shadow third. Closer fourth, either Dude Ranch or Orchidia Real. And they're off. And they're off. Good start for the favorite, Air Force Cruising, who heads off for the early lead. Moving on his outside is Blazing Bucaro, who's on the go. Away at the rail is Sultan the Great. Away fourth is Fast Fixer. Moving up toward the inside, Nishumi, the early trailer, Divo Doro. In the run to the half-mile point, no easy lead for Air Force Cruising, pushed hard by Blazing Bucaro on the outside. Sultan the Great is a chilly third, 2.5 better than Fast Fixer, who's on the outside into fourth. At the rail, that's Nishumi, and Divo Doro is last. 22 seconds for the opening quarter. They have less than 3/8 of a mile to run. The leader, Air Force Cruising, by a head. Blazing Bucaro is there second from the rail. Sultan the Great is now third. Giving up ground but gaining ground is Fast Fixer on the far outside. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Air Force Cruising better go to work soon. He has a host of pursuers. From between horses, Blazing Bucaro, Sultan the Great, and Fast Fixer. They're 1/8 of a mile from home. Paco now rouses Air Force Cruising. He got a response and it's over. Air Force Cruising making 3-5 look like easy money. He won by 3 in the end. Sultan the Great was second, Blazing Bucaro third, Fast Fixer is fourth in 1:03.2. And runners away. Rogers Park away excellent and reaching out for the early advantage with Open Lane on to challenge. Moving out the rail, Armada Rising taken in hand. Tightened up for Racing Room is she, and on her outside goes Wellness. Fiery is deep on the course, not as deep as Clash City Rocker. She's 4 wide in the pink colors. 2 more to Starship Aspen. That's the gray and the orange silks about 8 lengths behind. The 2 laggards are the Pletcher duo, Our Prosperity, and Thank You, Ma'am. Around the first turn they go. Rogers Park and Cipriano Gill to the backstretch on top, 3 parts of a length. Wellness is second, Fiery is third. Open Lane at the rail is now fourth from Clash City Rocker, fifth. Sixth at the rail, Armada Rising, 3 back to Starship Aspen, then Our Prosperity, and Thank You, Ma'am. The opening quarter was 23-2. They have less than half a mile to journey. It's Rogers Park in front by almost a length through a 46 1/2 mile. Up to the outside, it's Wellness second. Fiery is third. Open Lane at the rail fourth. Then Clash City Rocker. Armada Rising held up for a run for Rajiv Mirage. Needs a little racing room here. 2 back to Starship Aspen. Then Our Prosperity and Thank You, Ma'am. Around the forward turn they race. Things getting crowded up front. Rogers Park asked to kick away. On her back, here's Open Lane. She needs some place to go. And trying to follow her is Armada Rising. Getting started from the back is Our Prosperity. Who do you like here? They fan across the course, and Our Prosperity charging hard down the center. Surging forward, Armada Rising. She got through at the rail. Armada Rising tripped out, and Armada Rising will win it. Armada Rising, excellent ride from Rajiv here. 3 lengths to the good. Our Prosperity did well to be second. Rogers Park ran third. Clash City Rocker is fourth. And Open Lane to complete your high five in 134-2.
That wraps up Friday racing action here at Gulfstream Park. Hope you enjoyed Kentucky Oaks Day. And tomorrow, come and join us for Kentucky Derby 151 Day here, as we're going to have a watch party and all the racing action on this 11 race card at Gulfstream Park. We'll see you out here.